Men don't even love themselves for real.
Most men are very insecure. Their confidence, all of that is just very performative. They're very, very, very weak in the mind. 99.9%.
I think you're ODing on
99.9% of men.
I have to stop you there. Nobody gave a shit about anything that I have to say. But once some money came with it, once the first class flights came with it, once the drip came with it, suddenly it's like I'm being treated as a whole different human being. We need to have something to be something. When we talk about the stupid shit that you love talking about so much, we don't even...
Seriously? I feel like we're fighting. Are we fighting?
Me and you?
Yeah.
Happy Monday to everybody, or whatever day you see this. Karen, what's going on?
Hello, friend.
Okay, today we're getting into Lil Durk. So Lil Durk showed up to court today. Apparently they said in the article that only 10 people came there to show up for him. You know how that goes. Usually they say going to jail is like going to your funeral, but you're still alive. You really get to see who would show up. It's crazy how that shit goes. We're gonna talk about the risk that men take to provide for their family, and if it makes sense to take risk, even if it implies risking your freedom. Is that something that should be admired, or is that something that should be frowned upon? Are you mature for taking that risk, or are you irresponsible for putting your freedom and your family's ability to spend time with you and your ability to provide for them on the line? Just things of that nature. We're going to get into that. Claressa Shields, Papoose' girlfriend, had a bout this weekend, or last weekend rather, and she went crazy. 2 undefeated females, heavyweights, going at it back to back. She won. She's a serious fighter still. I didn't know how good of a fighter she was. Like, this is my first fight that I actually really took her in. That's why I wanted to talk about it. She has some greatness in her that I really respect. I didn't understand. Salam alaikum to all my Muslim brothers. It's Ramadan season. We're going to talk about that as well too. You know how that shit goes. You know the meme that they post when they say, it's Ramadan and all the rich Muslim niggas are in their house or some shit like that. It's boring outside. You never seen nothing like that? Like,
No.
Anyways, we're going to talk about Tucker Carlson as well. I'm proud of you for watching that interview, by the way. I know this is not your shit at all, but
It was
like,
pretty interesting.
You're getting into it.
It was pretty interesting.
You're getting into it. So his interview with Mike Huckabee, like, if you follow politics or you follow the conservative movement, it has like everybody in a frenzy. It's going super crazy. And now we're going to get into a whole bunch more topics coming up next on OTM. Karen.
Nana.
Let's get right into. Why you say my name like that?
Oh, sorry. I know you. That's not your name. Sorry.
You're so stupid.
It's Valentine. Nana Valentine. Kafra.
Lil Durk had his court hearing. It'll be a week from when our viewers see this. And only 10 people came. Now, that might sound like a lot, but when your name's Lil Durk and you roll with like a 25 entourage pack and you provide for so many people and you feed families and you're essentially the reason a lot of people eat. And then when you're at your graveyard, like you're really in your live graveyard, because remember, they're trying to sink Lil Durk. Like, they're trying to give him life. Like, they're trying to label him a kingpin and give him life in prison. Like, he's the ringleader of OTF, essentially. And so seeing like reality like right in front of your face like that, obviously I'm sure his wife was there, India, and I'm sure a couple of his kids were there. That's probably part of the 10.
Or his mom. But all that friends bullshit, it's like, I've never been in a predicament like that. Well, I've been in my own style of predicament where I came to the realization that friends don't ultimately mean anything. Like, when you're in any place of suffering in life, it's actually the only time that you really realize like who's there and who's not, and how little of meaning friendship actually has. Yeah.
You slowly come to realize that you have a couple bros, you have a couple sisters, you have your mom, you have your dad, and it stops there.
And that's like unfortunate because most men spend majority, if not all their lives, like seeking validation from their peers, and a lot of their self-perception and their identity is contingent on how their peers perceive them or how their peers feel about them, right? So it's like you realize in situations like this that when you're like navigating through life, you spend all your life trying to attain certain type of recognition or validation from people, only for those same people to not be there when you're going through shit.
It's so funny that you're bringing up that point, because I literally just posted a caption on Snapchat today where I was literally like, men don't even, I recorded myself doing my skincare and I made a caption where I said, men don't even love themselves for real. Like
They don't.
We only want money. No, I said my initial statement was men only want money to impress other men. Men don't even love themselves for real.
You know that's true because men, especially when they don't have money, it takes men become more unapologetic. They become more themselves, or they become more, I do whatever I want. I do this, I do that. When they attain a certain level of success or money, like they don't have that confidence to just go about their lives and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this decision. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. They only feel that confidence if it's backed by resources, right? It just goes to show that most men are weak, and men at their highest forms are men that have actually accumulated resources,
And
because
have
that's
liberated
when,
themselves.
because
They don't need anyone.
that's when they feel like, you know what, I don't
need
care.
anyone.
I don't need none of you guys, and respectfully, I have what all you guys want. But most men are very insecure, and they do their confidence and their stoicism, all of that is just very performative. They're very, very, very weak in the mind. 99.9% of men.
I think you're ODing on the percentage.
99.9% of men.
I really think you're ODing on the percentage. I think it's like you overestimate like the environment that you surround yourself in, because I'll tell you this, like obviously proximities are reality, right? So whatever like you're surrounded around is what your perception is based on. But when I think of people like Burma, Paul, my homie Daniel Sek, Dr. Ken.
They're doctors.
No, but I can name you others. Like there's people.
Like who do you know that you can say that aren't doing something productive with their life or haven't attained a certain level?
Well then, duh.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, but what I'm saying is like you're saying 99.9. I'm attacking your percentage.
Obviously, I'm being hyperbolic when I say that.
Grossly negligent,
I'm
though. Like
being
that's too
hyperbolic.
disrespectful to men. I have to stop
Most
you there
men, majority of them.
because there is the insecure waste niggas that need money or need like other male validation. And bro, don't get me wrong, like up until like maybe like a year and a half ago, as confident as I come off or as you might perceive me to be, I was stuck in that realm too.
You feel like you fully escaped?
No, I don't even think I fully escaped. But the reason I could say no so confidently and understand I haven't fully escaped is because I'm already in a position I've never been mentally. And I am going to escape. See, once you understand the
what do you think it takes for you to escape though?
Serving yourself.
In?
As in doing things that your heart desires for yourself.
Like?
That it can be monetary items, it can be investment things. It depends whatever you're into. Like it really just depends what you're into. Basically, proving to yourself that you're in alignment with self. So the only way to prove to yourself you're in alignment with self is to first discover what self means to you. And then after discovering what self means to you, then you have to ask yourself, what physical, tangible things are you actually doing that prove that inner self to yourself? And so you have to first even understand what I just said from a theoretical perspective before you even apply it. So I think I just started soaking in that information on a high clip, and a lot of that is because of you, for real. I just started soaking in that information on a high clip and really just started finding solitude and fortitude in myself. But then you start to realize there's a lot of things you had already that ultimately separate you from everybody else and make you further believe in yourself. For example, like, there's not a lot of men in their 30s that still work out. Like I siphon a lot of confidence and like high octane energy from that. Like, bro, I've been on a run and come to your house after, and you see my vibe, like when I pull up, like after the run, like versus if you just catch me on an off day, like, so the point I'm trying to ultimately get at is that whether it's monetary, whether it's, whether you're filling up your asset column, whether you're doing things that just fulfill you, whether any attainment of goals that have no association, correlation, or relationship with pleasing another person, achieving those goals will register to your inner self that you are who you think you are. And that's really what I think it's about. You want to say something? Go ahead.
I feel like that might work for some people. And like, you know, like someone like you, you've always been confident from a young age. Like some people just really see themselves and they really put themselves on a pedestal. But I feel like for most men, that's just not enough. Like men need to have fat pockets. They need to have this. They want to have certain types of wealth or assets.
If my life wasn't, sorry to cut you off, Karen. If my life wasn't going a certain type of way, I'll give it right back to you. If my life wasn't going a certain type of way right now, I probably wouldn't have digested or like taken in or believed in this theory that I'm discussing so much. Like it kind of does go, it coincides with each other. Like as much as like you taught me so much about alignment, because I didn't really know too much or care about that stuff for real, even though now I know how important it is. I wouldn't listen to you if your life didn't look a certain type of way. I'm not sure you would believe yourself if your life didn't look a certain type of way or feel a certain type of way.
What I'm trying to say is, most contrary to how they portray themselves, most men are inherently like very weak, and it takes a certain level of like character development that most men will never go through to be able to like put their foot down and just be a man for themselves and make decisions for themselves, make decisions that are not influenced by their peers or anyone. They just really focus on themselves and their community and their tribe, whether it's their family, their closest friends, like their real friends, their confidants. Like, you know the difference between the friends that you go to the clubs with.
Of course.
Those people, if they have a family, if they have a wife, if they have whatever, you know, it's a very small demographic of men that are going to ascend to that level.
No, it takes a lot to have the ability to eliminate exterior noise and just make life about you and your epicenter. Like, it takes a lot. It takes a lot.
And there's also, to be fair, there's a lot of pressure on men to be great. Like girls, like we have our own types of like insecurities and self-esteem issues, but it's not the way men have it. Like the way like men's like, it's weird because that insecurity or lack of self-esteem that men have, it's so interesting because it makes them feel so weak, even though that's not what men represent. It's something that like you would assume or you wouldn't attach to men.
I know exactly what you're trying to say, but in a world that's so fleeting and so heavily dependent on what you bring to the table as a man, we have no choice but to make that correlation. See, we're getting pressure from females, and because we're very innately insecure, we're also getting pressure from males as well too. The male pressure is self-inflicted, as we've already discussed. The female pressure is just a part of the way nature was designed, where we were told from day zero that you're a man, big brother, husband, father, like you're just a man at all times. And
that's why I'm saying, like, and I'm agreeing with you. That's why I'm saying this is inherent. Like, this is something that's within you guys, and it takes a very special man to be able to overcome and ascend past beyond that level.
It's God. It's God. It's God. It's submission to that weakness. You have to submit to that weakness.
And that's, I always say, like, being vulnerable and being submissive, that's like the highest form of like power, because it takes a lot of power to give yourself up to something or to like say, okay, I lack in these areas, or I'm weak here, or I don't like this, or I don't have this. It takes a lot to do that. A lot of people can't do that. And it's like a lot of people aren't honest with themselves, but you can't expect people who aren't honest with themselves to ever be honest with you.
Facts. A lot of people underestimate that difficulty. But speaking of pressure, you're talking about pressure that men go through. And I think some of this same pressure, especially when you grow up in the trenches, is why a lot of people end up selling drugs. Is why a lot of people end up doing fraud. Is why a lot of people end up becoming PIs and everything else they do. Bro, stick distributors. I don't want to say nothing too crazy that's gonna get us too live on our YouTube, but the point that I'm getting at is that pressure, especially when you come from really unfortunate circumstances where you really start realizing like what you're from. Like, okay, here's the thing, especially in 2025 right now, like in all the 2020s, if you're from a poor family, you really know the internet will remind you constantly. Women will remind you constantly. Your lack of gear will remind you constantly. You go out to a party and all your cool friends that have a watch are doing that stupid Power Ranger thing, and you don't have a watch on, and you have to chill and still find some kind of solitude within yourself. That shit will break you. That'll break a lot of people. It's the girl, knowing that when you're in certain environments, not one girl is gonna choose you as a candidate because you just don't fit the par. That breaks a lot of men, and men premeditate on these things because we're such logical realists on the grand scheme of things, whether it's to our own detriment, and it's also some of the leading contributions to our inferiority and our weakness that we have inside is because we're overtly honest with ourselves. And because we know what the lack of certain things means based on societal standards and what the metric of that society is, we crack, we break. And so we fall into hustles that might not be conducive to our freedom, might not be conducive to being available to our family, might not be conducive on the ethics board, but you just can't really think of life any other way if you don't do this. Like, I know, like, as someone who came from a past of being a hustler to now trying to be a businessman, eventually a family man, I just don't know how I can't even fathom what my life would look like if from a young age I stayed fully on a straight path all the way up until now. It's like, okay, here's the thing. I don't have the brain, or I don't have the desire or the disciplinary skill sets that it takes to study and be a doctor. So that's omitted. A lawyer, engineer, those things, I can't do it. I'm more of a free thinker.
Or you don't want to. You don't want to.
I don't have the skill sets to do it. I can if I
someone
really wanted
that
to.
can run marathons and can build a body. It's just not something that you want.
I still graduated from university, so I have some
You didn't want to do that, and that's okay.
I just don't have the mind, the heart, the twitch. It's really a twitch thing. I don't have the twitch for that. Like, for what it takes to be successful in that.
Well,
I don't.
Because I know you and I know what you're capable of. I understand what you're saying, but it's just something that you don't want to do.
Yeah. I heavily don't want to do it to the point where I would have failed if I tried.
And that's okay.
And that is okay. But my point I'm getting at is, I appreciate that. But my point I'm getting at, thank you for that, Karen. Fuck, this girl believes in me so bad.
I do.
My point that I'm getting at is like, if I feel like I'm omitted from those kind of choices, and plus growing up in the hood especially, you don't really see any of those examples around you. The closest example to a professional is someone that makes it as a professional athlete. After that is the dope boys and the F boys that were having their way that you wanted to be like. See, if I grew up, go ahead. If I grew up in a different, I appreciate that, by the way, again. If I grew up in a different environment where I saw doctors, lawyers, engineers,
you'd be more likely to become one of them.
I would probably develop a different twitch.
And that's fair.
But because I grew up in a certain environment, but I'm still, see, here's the thing. Society doesn't give a fuck, neither does it quantify or put into addition what you come from. They only care about what you are or where you're going. Let me give you another example. I've been, not to like toot my own horn, but I've been this smart. I've been able to talk. I've been articulate for quite some time now. Like, consciously, I could remember, let's say, at least like 7-8 years that I've been heavily articulate and well conscious, and I'm a reader and all those other things. Nobody gave a shit about anything that I have to say. Nobody gave a shit that I run. Nobody gave a shit that I have a nice body. But once some money came with it, once the antics came with it, once the first class flights came with it, once the drip came with it, once the disc came with it, all of a sudden.
Yeah, I feel like definitely, like, just based off of like just being around, I could see that like people are receiving you different for some reason.
All of a sudden.
All you decided to do was live a little.
All of a sudden.
You're just having fun now.
All I did was take the top off, and suddenly it's like I'm being treated as a whole different human being. And I'm not mad at it. I don't hate it. I understand how the world works. Like, it actually doesn't bother me at all. Like,
I think originally where we started from was you were saying like how that applies to, like, for example, a man that's hustling, and like how it applies to like their families and stuff like that, right?
Why I'm saying what I'm saying, I think you think I'm getting lost in the tracks, but I'm not. The reason I said all of that is to say we understand that we need to have something to be something. And even someone like me, that I had a gym at 22 years old, that I've done a shit ton of stuff, I was treated as somewhat of a regular nigga until 2025.
Yeah,
Facts.
but that's the same way, like, remember, like you said, like, we're all just products of our environments, right?
Yes.
So if you were to put yourself in a different environment, people would obviously appreciate a 22-year-old man that's in the gym. But it's like, when you want to exist in a certain community, you kind of have to adhere to their societal standards at the end of the day, right?
It's just where we come from, though.
And for me personally, I don't really believe in like bad or good ways to make money. Something that you said in one of the episodes, so far as you're not killing anyone,
stealing or shedding
from
blood.
Exactly.
Yep.
So it's like, I feel like, especially in this world where we live and we're the richest people in this world, we know how they get down, we know the shit that they do. So it's like, it's pretty dumb to try to criticize people for how they decide to get money.
Bro, somebody just did a whole documentary on the Jewish community's invasion and their tax fraud and all this other types of fraud that they're doing in New Jersey. I'll show you another day when you come check me. Like,
they're the biggest criminals, right?
Bro, white collar crime is the biggest type of crime.
Now, what I will say is, if you are, like you said, like, how does that apply in regards to like family and navigating that, and how you're able to be present and what that means in case like you're ever to get in trouble for doing certain things. And it's like, obviously, like, whoever you're with, I'm assuming they know stuff about you. So as a female, right, like, when you also come from that same environment, when you make that decision to be with a certain type of man that partakes in certain types of activities to provide for you, and you know that you're benefiting off of his provision,
be ready to cover.
You need to understand what comes with his life. Like, you don't get to like be like, no. If you know this person and you know what they do and you know what it takes for them to have to like put their hat on and show up for you every single time, you need to know what comes with that. So that's why, like, even going back to Lil Durk in India, she better be fucking in that courtroom.
Yeah. Like,
you don't get to like, I don't believe in like leaving a nigga when he's in jail if you know who that nigga is. Like,
before he went to jail.
If that man did not just surprise you and it was just like, whoa, like, what is all of this? I feel like you owe that to him, because when you were spending that money, then you know where that money came from. It wasn't an issue, and you were taking that with like free arms. Yeah. So it's like, if the time comes where they ever get into a situation, like, you need to be there. So I think guys should do whatever it takes, so far as they're comfortable with it, so far as that's what they resonate with, that's what they want to do whatever it takes, and find a woman that is going to be right behind you. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, we don't all come from the same environments. We have different opportunities. We have a different set of skills, and utilize your skills to advance. Like, it'll be stupid. You're pretty retarded as a man if you're hustling and you don't ever use that to excel in any other like business or in anything else. Like, that's just retarded. Like, that's who you are. But I don't think it's wrong if you take risks, because everybody takes risks, but it's like, what are you willing to give up?
What risk reward activity are you in alignment with? Are you remaining true to yourself? You know, like, a lot of people don't realize that they step out of their true self because they don't even know who their self is. But they step out of their true self and go do shit that doesn't align with their...
I was talking about this literally on my podcast, because I was basically saying how like people are so quick.
On which podcast? You have another podcast?
Sorry, my Snapchat. Tequila. Oh God, I thought I wasn't drinking as much. People are so quick to criticize how people get money, but they don't even factor in or take into consideration that there's different types of people in every field. Like, I was basically made the comparison. Like I said, I was like, there's your baby father,
your friend's baby father,
and there's El Chapo. Yeah. There's your baby father, and there's Hush Puppy. Like, why is there two people in the same field, but one person is a billionaire or one person's a millionaire, and then your baby father is still trying to save up 10 bands?
Wow.
There's a certain level of, like I said on my Snapchat, there's a certain level of self-confidence, there's wit, there's a mind that schemes, that plots, that takes into like becoming successful in any field. And it's like, a lot of people don't like to respect people that are winners. And it's like, no matter which field someone chooses to like operate in, a winner is a winner. And like, if someone's doing life better than you, like, that's something you need to bow down to and respect.
I super love where this podcast is going. I think a lot of people don't have enough respect for the idea of like somebody figuring it out. And I love the fact that we're touching on this subject of taking risk And is it worth it in the name of figuring it out? Or is it ultimately just irresponsible and you're a detriment to your family? But here's the thing though. I didn't even realize when I was creating this subject line how much of a nuanced subject that it could be. There's two sides to it for real. There's the side where, yes, it is stupid, but you're doing what's best for your family. But if you're operating with good intentions, you follow the laws of the land, it's another thing. A lot of people don't understand that there's universal principles. Bro, as I'm talking right now, I'm really feeling like our podcast is going to be some shit that like certain people watch and really get like a light bulb like parked on their head. And that's kind of what we came into this shit for. So I'm feeling even good as we're like going back and forth. But it's like, here's the thing. If you get into a hustle and you don't have an end goal of how you see yourself. So here's the thing. When I was hustling, I never had an end goal of how I see myself. I just knew I wanted to do everything it takes to come off as square and as corporate as humanly possible. So like when I like go on a date with a female or something and they like, or not even a date, but when we start getting to know each other and like I tell them a little bit more about like my life and who I am and what time I'm on, and I don't even have to talk. Like if you're around me for like a week straight, you see the way I operate, the phone calls I take, whatever it is I do, you'll kind of just be able to put two and two together by yourself. Okay, this guy's kind of busy. Anywho, one of their first remarks that they always make is, I didn't know, whoa, like, I thought you were, and that, you don't even know how much of a compliment I take that shit or how good that makes me feel. Cause it's like, I literally did not come in the hustle. Let me land this way. I did not come in the hustle game to be a hustler. I came in the hustle game as a tool or as a method or a mechanism to find my way into entrepreneurship and freedom. Literally. So risk your life if you may, but do it with some genuine intention behind it. Watch the environment that you surround yourself with while you're taking these chances. If you're gonna be stupid alone. Don't be stupid with friends. Because you never know the decisions that your friends are making on their own that can get you caught up or twined up. You don't be stupid with friends. If there's any lesson from the whatever little success I saw in the year 2025, which was like my first year where I was really operating in a different way, where I wasn't operating with friends, you quickly realize that good, medium, bad, the best results come in life when you're in charge of your outcome.
Facts. And if you are on the outside looking in, it's not your place to have an opinion about anyone or how they choose to live your life. Choose your field and excel in your field, and don't worry about what people are doing in their field. Yo,
this girl hates a hater. Like, fam, you hate a hater, I'm
a hater. I hate haters.
You hate a hater too, bad.
Because people would just be like, it's just
I
too
thought
much.
I hated haters, but fam, you hate a hater bad,
I
bro.
do. I just don't like people that can't like be honest with themselves and like question their thoughts and really understand like where their negative opinions are coming from. And it's really coming from a lack of self-confidence, a lack of productivity. It has nothing to do with what anyone's doing, because you don't even know these people. And if you really cared about that, why don't you care about the people you're voting for? Or like, there's just a lot more people that you should be worried about. But it's like, the real issue isn't them, it's you. And that's what people should more understand. I want people to more like question like their feelings,
themselves and their emotions,
exactly,
and where those things derive from,
and where it's coming from. Especially when you don't know these guys. They didn't rob your account.
Nobody did nothing to you.
They didn't do nothing to you. Why you so mad for? Why you so pressed? Like, worry about yourself. If someone's gonna go do something that might put themselves in jail, then let them be stupid. That's their prerogative. Let them be stupid, and you excel in your field. If a girl wants to bust it open for 100 niggas, let her bust it open, and you keep your pussy closed. You know,
you show what like the best girl in the whole wide world.
Yeah,
looks like
use your your holy pussy, your holy hoe for something productive. I don't know.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yo, speaking on caring about who you vote for, I'm so happy you said some shit along the line of voting so that I could go into this topic. We're going to come back to culture and news, but I want to mix it up now. I don't want to save politics till the end because I don't want people to check out.
You want them to check out earlier as opposed to later?
No. I want them to sacrifice staying in this middle stage and then get back to the good stuff for us to finish.
Click next chapter. A lot of people don't.
They're not, bro. This girl's getting turned. You're cooked. This girl's getting drunk.
Even
bro, are you drunk? No fucking way.
No. I told you I was gonna lay off. Like,
Yo.
I'm good. Do I sound drunk?
No. So, Tucker Carlson. I was telling you how proud I was of you earlier that you watched this interview. Bro, Tucker Carlson is killing it right now. Like, let me give you a short synopsis. So basically, Tucker Carlson has been murking Israel this whole time. And shout out to Hilda. It seems like Hilda knows about like this whole
She seems like she watches a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, she does watch a lot of podcasts. You can tell. She knows about the conspiracy chain line because she made a comment on our last video saying that the Epstein files goes way deeper than we could possibly think, and that sounded like something that I would say.
Did you ever actually read the Epstein files?
The 3 million pages? No.
Or you read a few, right? I didn't read anything.
Oh, yeah. Of course. But like, I only read the files that were reacted to by like Tucker, Ian Carroll, Candace, Dave Smith. Mm-hmm. Like I see it through them. Like I'm a commentator guy. Like I watch like political commentators, and then I get my information from them. And if there's anything I don't understand,
and how they break things down.
But I respect how they break things down because they're actually super intelligent. Dave Smith is like a white version of like Dave Chappelle, like a comedian, but super smart. Like, Tim Dillon.
And as a podcaster, your whole objective is to make your content be able to be digestible for anybody that comes across it, right? So
absolutely. It's
not just for the nerds like you. Like if I come on your podcast and I'm not into that,
nerds like you.
Yeah. If I come on your podcast, I'm not into podcasts, but if I come onto your podcast, if you have like good content, you should provide content that would make someone like me be like, I might want to. I might want to like take this in a little bit more.
Facts. And some of these podcasters been getting you lately, which means like their shit is actually universal. Like it's pretty cool.
Kind of. I'm starting to see why they're
like why they have so much views, right? Exactly. So Tucker Carlson was basically been always ranting on Twitter about Israel, just having his opinion, just basically hates the genocide that's going on in Palestine, free Palestine, and Mike Huckabee, which is the U.S. representative, like basically he's the U.S. rep for like foreign affairs in Israel. So he's in charge of all U.S. needs and all the U.S. citizens that live in Israel, plus the relationship between America and Israel, and making sure that we're.
And he's also really good friends with Netanyahu, right?
Extremely good friends with Netanyahu. He actually used to be really good friends with Tucker too.
Yeah. So that interview was so funny to watch. Like seeing white people be nice, nasty is so funny.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, this is kind of cringe.
Yeah, they're snarky. Like, but what I love about watching those interviews, even when like Candace Owens goes on like Piers Morgan, or she's debating anybody, all of them. Tucker does this. Even Mike Huckabee, who I'm not a fan of, did it too. And he's a pastor, by the way. He's like a Christian pastor. He calls himself a Christian Zionist.
Yeah.
Anyways, what I love about them is that they have an ability to articulate their points, even if they're super cheesed, but say it in like the most calmest way where it's like, because here's the thing.
I was impressed by that. I could tell you could see through it, but I was impressed.
You can see through it because you're like an emotionally intuitive person, but both of them were not breaking. When you're dealing with highly intelligent people, this is why you see me get so disappointed in myself. Like when I get too angry or like I get riled up, because I know that's not it. Like that's not who I truly want to be. Like the high frequency people and high intelligent people literally base their whole existence on how stoic they can be, how not mad they can be. So like he's getting all these points across, pressing Mike Huckabee. There was one point where he got a little sarcastic and then he started laughing at himself. He's like, "Oh, I'm such a jerk." Like,
yeah. He's like, "Yeah, you are a jerk."
And he's like, "Yeah, you are a jerk."
He meant that shit too.
Yeah.
He meant that shit.
But he apologized right then and there. Like that's the difference between a high level man and a really intelligent human versus an emotional, outbursty type of human.
I genuinely believe that's who he is, but there's obviously a lot of motivation when you know there's how many millions of people that's gonna watch it. You know you have a certain bro to like uphold.
Yes, on both of their ends.
On both of their ends. Like, you know you gotta maintain your composure regardless.
But Tucker is also saying some quote-unquote fucked up shit that doesn't really align with the system's perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Trump party is clearly Israel first, right? So Trump is going against Israel. I mean, Tucker's going against Israel. He has to make sure that he looks you don't want to look crazy.
Don't want to look like you're mad, especially when you're talking about this, because they love to make everyone seem like they're mad and they're crazy
really
and they're passionate.
You're really getting locked in. That's a great perspective. You're really getting locked in.
I'm about to read a book about like more about the history of like where like the whole like issue with Israel and Palestine ever like derived from after I'm done this book that I'm reading. Because I actually don't have much knowledge. I just know that there's just some bare pasta fam.
Yeah, so in terms of what happened before 1968, is you can get all that information, but 1968 is when Israel began in the Middle East, and they started their fucking conquering ventures to take over. Bro, these guys, in their heart of hearts, they either want all the land around Jordan and like Palestine and like Israel, that whole like water side, they want that whole thing. And like, cause they're like on the corner like this, right? They want that whole thing. Plus they want to control Iran, Syria, Lebanon.
I remember I told you, like, I went to Jordan, right?
Yeah.
And I went to where Jesus was baptized,
Yes.
right? So if you walk down a little bit, there's this little river, and right, like, literally, like,
Yes.
it's from this table to the other table. Like, that's how wide it is.
And you can't cross.
And Israel's right there. And I'm like, so can you, like, what if
No.
someone was just to walk over
An
there?
IDF soldier would shoot you in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Even though
You don't see soldiers, though, like, from, like, where you're looking. But they're, like...
A soldier would come at a 19-year-old IDF soldier with an AK-47 would blow your brains off in 2 seconds.
And obviously, like, I'm still relatively, like, new to, like, understanding all of this Israel drama. So, like, me just being in Jordan and just seeing Israel right there, seeing the big blue and white flag, I was like,
Even
oh,
the
shit.
fact that you got that close to Israel before is insane to me.
I know. It's cool to even be in Jordan, like, where Jesus got baptized. That was super sick. Like, that was fun.
So Tucker is pressing Mike Huckabee, and he's exposing a lot of truth. Like, this is why I love Tucker as an interviewer. And, like,
He's good.
when we start doing interviews, I'm really going to emulate a lot of my interviewing skills from him, and I'd say Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay. Tucker Carlson has a way of making you tell on yourself. He has a very crazy, beautiful way of making you tell on yourself. And I think it's one of the most, like, intricate interview styles. Like, he does not, like, force questions that he'll literally, like, set traps. And he has incredible memory. So you tell him that all the descendants of Abram are essentially the ones that are entitled to this land, and all Israelis have a blood right to this land.
And he's gonna say, well, what is this land? And this land is all of this. So, like, what are they entitled to?
And since you're saying this and this and this, then let's just end it all and do a genealogy test and just get everybody that lives in Israel tested. Israel's the size of New Jersey. You can do that shit so quick. We have the tech for it now. Let's just do it. And if you come out to be one of the true descendants of Jesus Christ, and like and the Sumerians and the Judeans and like that whole original tribe, then you stay.
And the Huckabee guys, like, what was I about to say? And the oh gosh,
you lost your train of thought.
I lost my train of thoughts.
Tucker.
No, he was like, what's that gonna prove? And it's like, bro, you guys have killed so many people. Why don't you just do this? Don't you think that might be more productive and easier? And
but you can't say you're entitled to something by blood and by biblical right. You literally are disobeying every other rule in the Bible except for this one law that says that you own this land.
And then he was basically saying, like, this land extends from here to there. So are you basically saying you're entitled to all this land? And because of what you're doing in Palestine, if you think, or by your like description, like, you're entitled to certain types of land, like, are you... Well, like, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Like, say what it means, like...
And they won't
They
say
won't
it
answer.
because they know they can't say it. They can't say that. They can't say that they think every single Palestinian and anybody that opposes Israel is a blood liable, whether it was them or their family member. And I forgot the word that Netanyahu likes to use. I don't want to waste time thinking about it. But the point is that they essentially want to do an ethnic cleansing of the entire Middle East to be fully controlled by Israel, especially where the Palestinians and the Israelis are, and Jordan and that whole sub-Saharan section. It's crazy what Tucker is exposing, because they never expected, or it was never part of their agenda, that somebody that's so deep in the system like Tucker would become this version of Tucker. They could have never seen that coming, not in a million years. And I love the way he's disrupting the system, and I love his contribution to trying to put an end into this stupid war that America is about to get into a war with Iran. And I don't think people actually understand. Iran is in the middle of doing an arms deal with China right now. And obviously China hates America. So bipartisan, they hate Israel. They hate everything that has to do with America. And so they're going to help Iran. Like, when they were forming BRICS, China joined in.
Yeah.
Like, they just, I don't understand how President Trump could campaign. President Trump's entire campaign was essentially surrounded around the idea that no more wars, get rid of illegal immigrants. We're everything we do is for America first. No more wars, get rid of illegal immigrants. Everything we do is for America first. And in the end, he got into his presidency and he's literally abandoned. And he just looks, I don't know, he just looks so old and weak. And I used to be a real Trump supporter. But the thing with me that I love about myself is that, like,
I genuinely feel like Trump had good intentions coming into his presidency, but I don't think he fully understood.
Once you took $200 million from Miriam Adelson, who's like the queen bee of Israel, you were done.
Yeah, I think he didn't really understand, like, who really runs the show. He
definitely understood. He's been president already. I would buy that if it was his first presidency, but he was a president from 2016 to 2020. So I don't buy that. I don't buy that, to be honest. He knew exactly what was going on. He chose his family's fortune over himself, his country.
Well, he's not getting, like, I guess it's legacy. It's more legacy because Donald Trump is a billionaire, like.
Yeah, but what? You think somebody with $10 billion doesn't want $200 million from one person?
Sure, no, I get.
Like, one person wrote you a check of $200 million? Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck how much money you think you have. You're taking that. Unless you understand what taking that implies and what it comes with. Yeah. He makes jokes basically saying he took money from Miriam Adelson. Now Miriam Adelson is in his office every other day making requests on behalf of Israel. That's true. Bro, I just pray to God that this war thing doesn't actually happen. And the truth is, we live in Canada, so fuck. I hope to God that it doesn't have nothing to do with us. It doesn't affect us. I'm sure a couple of our troops will be deployed because at the end of the day, we are a joint army. Like, Canada doesn't have our own army. Like, we're supported by the America's army. And then when America's in trouble, we deploy our troops to the States. But, like, we don't have, like, our own army. We don't fight our own wars. And so I just pray to God that it stays that way. I pray to God that we don't get involved in this war because war is ugly. Doesn't make sense. It's literally what Charlie Kirk fought against. He desperately didn't want that to happen. Speaking of Charlie Kirk, his alleged shooter went to court today. And Candace is dropping the episode on Erica Kirk tomorrow. So Candace is dropping an entire episode on Erica Kirk tomorrow. Charlie's alleged shooter went to court today. Tyler Robinson, bro, that whole thing of Tyler Robinson being the shooter, them forcing it down everyone's throats. Bro, I've never seen a psyop. So funny, I'm using the word psyop again. I was trying to explain to you what that is outside.
Really? When?
Remember it? I said psyop, psychological operation. It's basically what I'm doing when I'm trying to get people to see
when
things a
you're
certain way.
talking about the...
Yeah. But they try to run this psyop on us that is Tyler Robinson responsible for killing Charlie Kirk, but it's just so stupid. They didn't plan it well. They didn't realize how invested we were in our freedom, in our democracy, in our free minds, our free speech, just being inquisitive. We refused to take their answer as the final answer, and shit just got out of hand, man. And I'm excited to see where that case goes. I'm excited to see where that case goes with the Charlie Kirk situation and the shooter, if they're going to finally be able to pin it on him, or if they're gonna, come out and tell the truth. Anywho, let's switch it up. Karen, how you doing, man?
I was getting bored.
Let's do a break. You want to stand up and shake it off?
No.
Stand up and shake it off.
No,
stand
I'm
up
good.
and shake it off. Stand up 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 and shake it off. Come on. Stand up and shake it off. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up and shake it off. Shake it off. You okay now?
I was just getting bored. Like, okay, enough. Like, I just watched one podcast. Like, I don't want to talk about
But here's the thing, though. If we don't show diversity and range in our topics, because if you think about it, the topics where we talk about politics a lot, go back on our YouTube, has some of the most views on our YouTube.
No, I'm just.
No. There's no I'm just. Because when we talk about the stupid shit that you love talking about so much, we don't even get bare views.
Seriously?
We don't. Like on Instagram and stuff like that. I'm talking about YouTube. Where we're gonna
I feel like we're fighting. Are we fighting?
Me and you?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Let's
Let's
move on.
You love antagonizing these viewers.
Let's
like, what is
on.
wrong with you?
Let's move on. Let's move on. I already danced for you. So, did you like it?
No.
Don't lie.
No.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Ramadan season. Salam alaikum, my Muslim brothers, man. We're going to wrap this up just now. I don't want to make us take too long. Bro, I actually had every intention of making this episode like a 40-minute episode today.
How long is it?
Judging by the time, we're looking closest to like 45 minutes right now. But sometimes I just talk too much.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I'm just like, holy.
I can't help it, fam.
Shit, man. Like, this is the stuff he be passionate about. Like, you're just going to keep going. Like, I knew it was a bad idea to put the politics in the middle. It's going to go too long. But if it was towards the end, he would look at the time and be like, okay, I have to keep this at 10 minutes.
No, but you know what, though? I just want us to get more like, I want us to cement more what we talk about. I feel like I was analyzing our videos today, and I felt like, yes, we're obviously have to test different subject areas and matters and see like what our viewers fuck with the most, but like we need, like, we're at that mark now where we need direction. Yeah.
You want it to be a lot more politics stuff?
No, I want it to be more culture, like just shit that keeps the city entertained, like that makes the city feel good, culture. But
Ramadan.
We need politics in there. Don't fucking piss me off and cut me off like that. Ramadan. Like, why you trying to murk me on the podcast like that? Like, why you saying Ramadan while I'm still talking?
Sorry, boss. Salam alaikum. How do you say it?
Salam alaikum, alaikum.
I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I don't know how to say it.
Salam alaikum, alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This guy thinks because he almost what do you call it when you transition, or
You take your shahad?
what do you call it when you try to go to a different religion?
Convert?
This guy thinks he can say bare words because he tried to convert to Muslim.
Bro, I almost had a Muslim conversion in 2000.
I respect their religion though.
Bro, so much.
I do.
I don't care what anyone says. I'm not gonna be Muslim. I'm a Christian. I found Jesus Christ on my own accord. I believe in Jesus Christ. My personal experience. Not telling anyone what to do. But I respect the Muslim faith so much. I love the discipline aspect of it. I love their commitment to spirituality.
The people who actually do it for real.
Bro, even the gangsters that are Muslim calm down when it's Ramadan, or like it's time to pray, or they have to go pray their Fajr like 5:50 in the morning, like 5:25 in the morning. And if you know anything about fasting Ramadan, the deeper the days go, the earlier sunrise is. So in the beginning of the Ramadan, bro, I did the entire Ramadan fast, like 41 days. I remember, like, I used to go to Moscow Jide. Shout out Ice Point. So like on your first day, the sunrise is like 5:50 because we're still kind of in winter. By the time you're hitting the back end of the fast, it's starting to creep to spring. So sunrise is like 5:25 in the morning.
Like 20.
It gets early, but bro, think about waking up at 5:50. It's so already fucked up, and then now you have to wake up at 5:25 in the morning.
At that point, it's not a big deal.
It's not the end of the world, but when you wake up starving, it can be.
So if people, because I don't understand this, I'm actually genuinely curious, and you did the fast.
You whatever little I know.
So like when you break your fast, wouldn't it just be smart to just eat bare food to hold you throughout the times when you're not eating?
Here's the thing. There's two elements from what I believe with the fast. One is that you're literally giving up a piece of your flesh as representation to God. And so you can try to be a smart ass about it, but then you're not really getting the effect or like the return of you fasting. Secondly, you only have a certain time frame to eat. So you can eat anytime from sundown to just before sunset. But that's also the same pocket of time where you sleep. So are you going to give up your sleep for food, or are you going to give up a little bit of food for sleep? So what people do is literally after every Ramadan, they feast. So there's fruits, there's water, there's tea. Well, obviously first you go to the mosque. So during the fast,
you can't even drink water?
No, you don't do nothing.
And there's 12 hours?
No, it's not 12 hours. It can be 11 hours, 12, 13. It depends when sundown is, but on average 12. Let's say 12. Let's say 12 hours. So from 5 to 5, pretty much. It goes a lot past 5 though, but like let's say from 5 to 5, right?
Wow.
You finish, you have your feast. You drink your tea, drink your water, eat your fruits, eat heavy food. Maybe sneak in one more meal before like 10 or something, 11.
And while you're fasting, like while you're not eating, what are you doing during these times? Praying?
Yeah, you're praying. You pray at sunrise. You pray at like 10. You do your fajr at 5 when it's sunrise. Then you pray again at like 9. Then you pray again at like 12. Then you pray again at like 3, 4. No, like a 4 or 5. I think that's the one you use to break the fast. And then you pray to sleep. And you face the sun. So it's like you face the northern star, wherever it is. And you do the whole thing. Ears, touch your knees, go down. It's like a whole process. It's actually super beautiful. Like,
I actually seen it like in my building. Like I live like in a condo, right? And I'm pretty high up atop. And then like I always keep my blinds open. So there's always one girl that I could see when she prays. I think she's been praying though before Ramadan. Like,
bro, you're not only supposed to pray on Ramadan.
No, I know. I'm just saying that I've been seeing her do, like, it's a whole thing, like a whole process. Like,
bro, I be seeing Bundag on Snap going to pray his Fajr, like going to do his early morning prayer almost every day, even before Ramadan. Like, I'm not saying he's like a super serious Muslim or something. I don't know his journey, but there's some serious Muslims, fam.
Yeah.
And they really love this shit for real. Anyways, happy Ramadan to our Muslim brothers and sisters. I just wanted to take that time to, shout you guys out. I understand what this journey is like. I hope any Muslim that watches this and sees this know that my heart is with you. You guys pray for us, pray for our success, pray for our journey. I don't believe in really like subjugating anybody to their experience and what type of God they believe in. As long as you believe in God, I feel we're all ultimately chasing the same purpose, which is to save our souls. And however that gets done, it gets done. Good, like my personal experience was with Christ. That's where I found the most serenity and peace. But shout out to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wow. Bye.
No, we're not done. What the hell? Where do you think we're going?
Oh, that sounded like a...
No. That's a, you know what? We'll end it here.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure?
End it here.
I feel like I didn't want to prematurely end it.
We'll end it here.
That sounded like a... A closure. I didn't know you speak English. That sounded like a.
That's Arabic.
Uh.
So peace be unto you. Peace be unto you. Warakmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fuck, I forgot what the back
Wow,
end of
that tongue.
means. I forgot what the back end of that
Sounds like
means.
you even Arabic yourself.
That is Arabic.
No, I'm saying like you sound Arabic
No.
to me.
We were gonna talk about Claressa Shields and her championship bout, but like we could leave that alone. We had a really good podcast today.
Congratulations, though, I guess.
Really big congratulations to Claressa Shields, female heavyweight fighter, champion, 14-0. She beat the other
Badly,
champion.
too.
Yeah, real bad. Yeah, we could tap more into that next week. We'll get into that next week. We'll talk about Claressa Shields on the following episodes. Peace, guys.
Bye.